Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This reading is going to be for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. This is your December monthly reading. We're using the Cosmic Tarot, doing a 9-card grid. As always, if the reading resonates, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You can also donate to support this work. I think my donation methods are listed down below, along with my social media channels and website. So you can reach out to me through either of those in order to schedule a personal reading. So let's dive right in, Leos, okay? Because I do feel like there's a lot going on for you here. One, there's a lot of air energy in your reading. So not sure if you're dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I did just film Aquarius, and of course that is your sister sign, your opposite sign. So this could, it could be referring to you and very much sort of being in your headspace, if not someone that you are connecting with who has air energy, or you may have air energy, right? So the first card coming up is the Princess of Swords, right? And I do sort of feel this energy of, again, having sort of being in your head and your thoughts, thinking about sort of a decision that you're going to make, or something that it is that you want to communicate to somebody, okay? I am getting this very strong energy of like walking away, or like cutting off someone or something, okay? Or just sort of like, it doesn't have to be so drastic and harsh. It could be, like changing the dynamic of the relationship, or sort of limiting your communication or your time around a certain environment or a certain person for whatever reason. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody. But I am seeing that here. I am seeing too that, like, if you have sort of been struggling with indecision, or especially if you've been sort of trying to, again, sort of think very clearly and logically about decisions or something that is that you need to do, dare I say you've even been meditating upon it, which if you have been, kudos to you, right? Because I think it's super helpful to actually meditate literally on specific decisions. Like, how does it feel if I do A? How does it feel if I do B, right? And it doesn't have to be super intense. You can meditate upon it for like a couple of minutes, right? You may benefit from working with clear quartz crystal, okay, for clarity. So you can hold it during meditation. You can wear clear quartz in a piece of jewelry. I'm trying to think if I would recommend, you could try sleeping with it under your pillow. I don't typically sleep with, I think maybe a few times I have, but I can't really remember how it felt. I'd have to try it again. So, everything like, trial and error, right? You have to see sort of what works for you. But yeah, I am seeing that on this card, that you might, working with clear quartz crystal might just help to sort of give you more clarity and also confidence of that clarity, right? In order to take the next step and to act. Which brings us nicely into the Two of Pentacles, right? Because this is that decision that's coming up, right? The Two of Pentacles is kind of like a juggling or even a balancing kind of energy here. It's interesting because there's like a ship way far in the background. I'm not picking up the cards today, but there's a ship in the background of this card that has like the yin yang symbol, right? So again, it sort of feels like you are, trying to make a decision or a choice here that is balanced, or that brings more balance to your life. And in particular, I'm seeing like this emphasis on, not actually a lot of your energy here, Leos, like fire energy. Not that much is really showing up here in the reading itself. Although, as I was shuffling, like right before I cut the deck, I did see the Ace of Wands. So certainly for some of you, you could be starting something new, a new connection, a new sort of job, or, a project that you're sort of very passionate about. For some of you, it could even be childbirth. That was like sort of a very tangential kind of vague message that I was getting as well. But yeah, again, I feel like, you're sort of, and it could be actually that you've sort of already put some of these steps into place, right? This may sort of already be happening for some of you, okay? You'll know basically based upon, right, if you're still in the thinking stage and you haven't actually done anything yet, then you're more at the earlier end of the spectrum of this, at least of the energy and the story that I'm picking up on in these cards, okay? So, and if not, you know, you might be sort of on the precipice of sort of making that decision or choice. Okay. And for some reason, it does feel like this decision or choice leads to change. Okay. In whatever sort of respect. So the next card that you have is the Seven of Cups reversed, right? Of the cards that you have here reversed, I do think that for the most part, I like seeing them reversed. We'll talk about each of them. This one I do, because Seven of Cups can sort of speak to confusion, illusions, you know. I often am reminded of that phrase, like the fallacy of choice in this card, right? That when we have too many choices, like it can sort of lead us to not being able to decide, indecision, right? And again, it feels like getting that clarity, making a choice or a decision sort of allows any sort of confusing or chaotic energy to fall away. Could very well, again, right, especially if you are sort of walking away from a person or a situation, it could be them that has sort of that confused kind of energy. Okay. Not trying to like make light of this either, but I am picking up on someone who potentially suffers from, and not a judgment, you know, like we're all on a spectrum of mental health, but someone who maybe has been suffering from some mental health issues recently, possibly depression. I'm seeing like issues here maybe around like, you know, this is a really sensitive topic. So suicide ideation. Okay. I will just say that if someone has been suffering with that, especially you, or not especially you, but you know, if it's you, if I'm talking to you right now, or if it's someone that you know and you think it's very serious, okay, please go get help. Okay, there are resources to go get help. So yeah, okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So, and I by no means mean to suggest either that someone would, you know, walk away from a person or a situation because there's mental issues involved. Certainly not. You know, that might be one factor, right? Something that is sort of symptomatic of the situation. But, you know, I think, you know, this could even be like, maybe it's like, you know, we're no longer romantically involved, but I still care about you as a friend or as whatever, and I want to help or whatever, you know, I want to make sure that you get the help that you need. I'm just seeing like, not like, you know, be compassionate, I guess is what I'm trying to say, you know, again, especially if this is someone that you're connecting with and you're aware of this. Okay. The next card, which brings us into the next card. So the 10 of Swords reversed, and that was kind of the card I was a little bit on the fence about whether or not I like seeing this card reversed or not, okay? Because I'm getting two things here, okay? Either, right, let's take the example of someone who might be suffering sort of with, you know, depressive or anxious thoughts, or worse, okay? Either, you know, maybe they have sort of sought help or guidance or assistance, or, you know, they've made some type of change. Because I'm also picking up on, you know, someone here, like there may be overlapping addiction issues, okay? So maybe they have sought help, and so there's been sort of, again, it depends on where exactly you fall within the storyline. You know, maybe there's been sort of an improvement in their condition physically as well as mentally. Or, right, which has sort of been a little bit of the theme of these readings. It came up in the Aquarius reading, and I believe also the Scorpio reading more so, okay, is, you know, struggling with like fully detaching, fully allowing a cycle to be complete and to close out, okay? And with that 10 of Swords reverse, right, it can be indicative of that as well. So it's either one of two things. There's either been a noticeable, you know, I was going to say drastic, but it doesn't have to be drastic, but a noticeable change in the dynamic or in someone's sort of, you know, mental state and attitude and sort of functioning. Or, right, if there hasn't been a change in that regard, it's like, it's the other thing, right? Which is the thing that I don't like, the not fully allowing something to close out, not being able to fully let go, okay? In both your reading, Leos, and in the Aquarius readings, it's like, I keep, you know, it's like how, gosh, what is that a Brian McKnight song? What the hell? It's just like, it's like, oh gosh, I'm not even gonna attempt to sing it right now, but basically it's like he's like counting. I feel like he says like something about 10 and then going back to 1. Those of you who know what the hell I'm talking about, if that even makes sense, then maybe go listen to that song. But I just keep seeing that, right? Because they had like the 10 of wands and the ace of wands very close together. By they, I mean Aquarius, in their reading, right? Which is your energy actually, right, Leos? The fire energy. And you have it here in their energy, in the air energy. You have the 10 of swords reversed, right? When they have the 10 of wands reversed, and then you have the ace of swords, and they have the ace of wands, right? So this ace of swords, right? Notice how it's pretty much the same sword that this princess of swords is wielding, right? And this is saying, really honor and follow your intuition and your true north, right? And the direction that you're supposed to go into, right? That as long as you honor yourself and sort of the, intuitive callings of your soul, then you really can't go wrong, right? And I feel like you sort of avoid people, places, things that maybe perhaps are not necessarily meant for you, okay? The next card that you have here is the Lover's card. So in terms of an astrological energy, could be talking about Gemini, right? More air energy here. And for some of you, I do want to be clear, like it does feel like perhaps you are leaving, right? Again, it's if you were connecting with another air sign, it does feel like it could be that you're leaving one air sign and possibly another air sign is coming in. Okay. So again, the energies would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, if it's not you specifically. Okay. But I am feeling that, that there's a new sort of soulmate connection that could be entering. Keep in mind, soulmates come in all varieties, right? So it doesn't have to be romantic, though obviously with the Lovers here, quite possible. But for some of you, right, this could be talking about, children. And for some reason, I am picking up on like twins, right? So I'm just like getting we had that 2 of Pentacles, and now with the Lovers, I'm just seeing a lot of 2's energy if we are talking about children, okay? The next card you have is the 5 of Swords, right? So 5 of Swords, typical depiction of the 5 of Swords is like people sort of walking away from a fight, from a battle, right? So to me, right, that can really speak to surrender, which is what this card really looks like as well. And I actually feel like it's certainly, right, especially if there's been sort of a lot of conflict and chaos, drama in a connection, it certainly could be, surrendering from that situation, again, walking away from someone or something. But what I'm really getting here too, which is sort of not necessarily, it can go hand in hand, the same message, right? Which is that this is really a surrendering to the universe, right? And this would really be, I feel like if this message is resonating, you may want to definitely go back and watch the Aquarius reading, because again, it was almost like someone sort of saw a situation unfolding in their intuitively, like in their mind, like they could kind of see like, okay, this is not going to work out, but still there was, for some reason, probably because of the love and the history and all these other things, some reason there was like, it was hard to detach, though the foundation was crumbling around them. Okay. So yeah, I feel like this card is just saying, surrender. Don't fight against the energy that is here. Right. And actually to that point, we did have a full moon, like a lunar eclipse in the sign of Gemini on Monday. Right. And as we know, eclipses are all about, clearing, past karma, clearing things, people, thoughts even that no longer sort of serve us, right? So pay attention to that as well, especially if there were sort of any events that happened around that full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini, or again, certain thoughts, things that you were sort of thinking or thinking about doing around that time, okay? The next card you have is the 3 of Swords reversed. Okay, so this card, I have to admit, like when I laid it down, it actually kind of threw me a little bit. What I'm picking up here is a couple of things. So one, I feel like especially if a situation, okay, if you have sort of been intuitively, again, led or called to walk away from a situation or a person, I feel like there was lots of loss or disappointment around the situation in the past, right? So this could be hurtful things that were said, even, you know, betrayals that happen, loss of individuals, right? Loss of sort of family members or friends. So obviously it doesn't have to be like a direct result of the relationship, but things perhaps that happened during the relationship. Okay. So that's one. The other is that, you know, this could, again, especially if, you know, someone else was sort of struggling with, you know, mental health issues, struggling with addiction issues, you know, and then on top of that, it's like, you know, their work or home or family life starts to fall apart, right? And you see that that's three things right there. This could be their energy as well, right? That they were sort of feeling very heartbroken, feeling so that they suffered, you know, sort of multiple losses here. In either case, right, whether it's as a result of some action that was taken more recently or whether it's more of a totality of things that have happened in the past, with that Three of Swords reverse, I do feel like there is an overcoming of that. Certainly we don't forget, right? Especially losses of people and things like that. But we are able to sort of heal, right? And so I feel like this is sort of saying being on the other end of the horizon of the healing. Now, keep in mind, for some of you, this is more so in the upcoming energy, right? So it may be that you or someone that you're connecting with still has yet to get there, but it's on its way, right? And I like that it's followed up with this Three of Cups here because you know, the Three of Cups is celebration, it's joy, right? And again, for some of you, I do feel like this could be sort of in a new connection, perhaps establishing sort of a new kind of family dynamic, or, you know, it could be, you know, the sort of situation that I explained earlier. If someone's sort of been able to address their issues accordingly, maybe the dynamic itself is changing. Okay. So feels really good. We'll just talk about these. Look at this. You have so much mirroring energy here. So look, Three of Swords, Three of Cups, Four of Wands, Four of Cups, right? So I do feel like for, someone, because again, it does feel like someone sort of, again, it does feel like this energy of like someone walking away from someone else and maybe towards someone else or something else. Okay. So I do feel like for someone here, this could be looked at as like a missed opportunity, right? That, you know, they just, for whatever reason, weren't ready, couldn't sort of get themselves together enough. And for another energy, right, which is the fire energy here, that Four of Wands, you definitely could have been connecting with a water sign as well. Again, you have a lot of the energies out here. So, but anyway, with that Four of Wands, it's like conversely, it's like as at the same time that someone sort of chooses themselves or chooses something new, okay, chooses to sort of establish firmer boundaries, they're really moving into this beautiful place of abundance and stability and security. And again, sort of really being in this nice place of balance. So kudos to you, Leos, if that's you. Okay, let's get your numerology guidance card now. Then we'll close out the reading. Oh man, the weather is dreary here in New York today, and I do have to go out. Days like this, I just wish I could stay in bed. Alas, it's not meant to be. All right, Spirit, what are the messages for Leos? I'm glad I was able to film 2 readings today. My energy had been so low this week. Like, just, I was so tired. Like, you know, I was late starting these mid-months, and then I was like filming 1 at a time, you know, but I finally got up to 2. Sorry, the card fell on the floor. So the number that you have is the number 4, perseverance, right? And remember, that's the last. So again, lots of symmetry and synergy here. Let's read for this card, then we'll close out the reading. So 4, perseverance. This card indicates a time to keep moving forward as you strive to achieve your hopes and dreams, because despite your current challenges, success is well within your reach. Sorry, I just lost my place. You are never given more than you can handle, and you have the strength and ability to make it through. So face your challenges head on with determination, courage, and faith. With perseverance and persistence, you can make your dreams come true. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to cultivate mental resilience, right? And again, there's lots of air energy coming up in your reading. And stability, since a calm and stable mind creates a calm and stable life. Make yourself aware of the negative thoughts and beliefs that are currently influencing you and muster up the strength to develop a positive state of mind. The affirmation here says, with perseverance and persistence, I create an exceptional life. All right, so Leos, again, that's been your December monthly reading. If the reading resonated, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through my website or reach out to me through social media. There are also ways, again, to donate to support this work. Thank you to everyone who has donated, to all subscribers, everyone who likes, shares these videos, comments. The support really means a lot and helps the channel and as well as my business to grow. And we always love that. So let's see, was there anything else? Oh yeah, for the mid-months, I'll be doing year ahead card spreads. So I did those. That's like it's the first playlist. If you go to my playlist tab link, you'll see, if you scroll all the way down, that there's year ahead card spreads from this year, right? So if you haven't already watched it, perhaps you want to go back, watch, see if it resonates, come back in for the mid-months and tune in for that year ahead. Or similarly to this spread, it is also a personal style of reading that I offer. So you can go and look at the reviews on the website, see if that's something that you want to purchase for yourself or for someone else. Readings are great gifts. All right, I'm gonna shut up there. Thank you so much, Leos, for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care, bye.